Hi, Lee Phillips again. I want to talk to you about independent contractors versus employees. This is becoming an issue. Well, it's always been an issue, but since the IRS is beefing up big time, this is going to be an area where they look at. And that is, did you pay your employment tax? Basically is what the argument is. The independent contractor, he pays his own self-employment taxes. If it's an employee, the employer pays half and the employee pays the other half, and it's the same amount, but somebody's got to pay it, and they want to make sure that they collect it from the employer if at all possible. And the gig is when they actually audit you, if they determine that the guy is not an independent contractor but is an employee, then they're going to hit the company, you, for all of the back taxes, whether or not the employee is actually paid his self-employment tax. They're going to hit you for the taxes and the penalties, and it's obscene. They will negotiate it down, but it's going to be cheaper for you to pay all of this tax than it is to fight the IRS, so you get to pay it. Now, in theory, the employee or independent contractor could get a refund on the taxes. But nobody ever notifies him that he has been reclassified and he's gone. So it's kind of a mess for the little employer. Let's kind of go through it. The independent contractor's got to meet 20 tests under the IRS rules. Not all of them, but if one of them's out of order, then they've kind of got you. The big one right now seems to be the business license. Does this guy have a business license? If he doesn't have a business license, then the IRS is automatically going to say he's an employee. So get a copy of the guy's business license. Actually put it in the file with the payroll and whatever the 1099s, whatever you're doing for this guy, okay? Get the business license. And make sure that you are paying a company. The IRS isn't going to be nearly as suspicious if the check from you goes to somebody LLC or somebody corporation rather than John Doe. If it's John Doe LLC, oh, okay, that might be an independent contractor because employees usually don't set up an entity to operate under. And like I say, there are these 20 criteria. Does he use his own equipment? How much control do you have? This, that, and the other. If you want a copy of the 20, just email info, I-N-F-O, at legalees, legalees.com, info@legalees.com, and we'll just send it out to you, no charge or anything. In the subject line, just put independent contractor versus employee list. So we'll get that out to you. But make sure that you're paying to an LLC or a corporation. That's going to save you a lot of trouble. Make sure that you've got a written contract with this guy. It's called an independent contractors agreement. And I have a number of them. They come in different form sizes and shapes and colors. But read through, get the one that best fits your situation, and have the guy sign it. So the primary reasons that you want the guy to be an independent contractor versus an employee is he's not entitled to any benefits. He doesn't get the health insurance. He doesn't get anything else. He's independent. And you don't have to pay your half of the self-employment taxes on him. So it saves you there. The other aspect of it is you're not liable for any of the stuff that this guy causes, any of the problems, the lawsuits, anything he does wrong. You're not liable. He's independent of you. And if you'll read a lot of the agreements that you're signing with people, it always says we are independent. We are not agents. We are not employees. We are not this, that, and the other. So the written agreement is a critical part of this whole thing. Written agreement, business license, pay to an LLC corporation rather than an individual's name. those are your best shots at staying out of the IRS's radar for an audit as to whether or not this guy is an employee. And I see lots of people, the whole office is independent contractors. Yeah, BS. They show up every morning, they work 8 to 5, they have a desk, they have meetings, they tell you what to, I mean, they're employees, but in order to get out of paying the self-employment tax and the benefits and everything, the company classifies them as independent contractors. That may be a little harder to do because it's an employee's world now. Employers are looking. They're trying to hire whoever they can get. And this guy wants to be an employee because he wants all the benefits and stuff, undoubtedly. Does he work for other people? What happens? Get the list of 20, go down, make sure you can qualify the individual on as many of these as possible. And remember that you've got independent contractors and employees. Independent contractor versus employee. Which one is he? Now don't forget to subscribe. Give us a like if you like us. If you don't like us, don't do anything. Just okay. But we get along with most people. So give us a subscribe and a like and share out there so that we can get the information out to as many people as possible, because this could save somebody's skinny. Lee Phillips, independent contractors versus employees.